Hello coin collectors, welcome back to another all change review. This week we're going to be doing our first request video, which is for the 2004 Gibraltar £1 commemorating the Great Siege of Gibraltar. So there's a lot of history behind this coin, but I'm going to start with the value. As it's a territories coin, it's worth £1 in Gibraltar, but it's not actually legal tender in the UK. But because of the same size and weight, they actually often get mixed into everyday circulation. But like the Falklands 50p we looked at a couple of weeks back, there are actually no published mintage figures either. So without these, it's tricky to sort of give a collector's item value to the coin. So as usual, I've looked online to see what people are actually willing to pay. And looking at the last 5 that were sold from circulation online, they went for an average of £1.54, but of course condition is always going to be a key factor and will affect the price of a coin. With that out of the way, let's move on to the coin itself. I'm going to start by just picking it up and turning it over. And as you can see here, we've got the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Kevin MacLeod, and as normal I'll post a link below to the video where we cover these off. And as this is a territories coin, we have different writing on the back to the standard British one, where you can see it just says Elizabeth II and Gibraltar 2004. Turning it back over, you can see here we have a standard reeded edge, but no text as we would have on British pound coins. And then back to the back. We have a lot going on the back here, and this coin is quite worn, but then it has been in circulation for 12 years. At the top here we have 1704 to 2004, and that's for Gibraltar's tricentenary. And there was actually a set of these coins that were released in 2004, each for a different denomination, but had these dates at the top. Then at the bottom here you've got the actual denomination of this one, which is of course £1, and here in the middle you have a cannon pointing down and the words "The Great Siege 1779 to 1783. Now the Great Siege is actually referring to the Great Siege of Gibraltar, obviously, which took place from June 1779 when Spain declared war on Britain, who were actually also at war with France from a year earlier, and also fighting the War of Independence in America as well. But as Britain was at war with France, they had anticipated a siege taking place and had dug themselves in under the command of General Elliot. Now I'm not going to go into the whole history of the siege because that's a whole video in itself, but just a few things to point out. The siege lasted for 3 years and 7 months and was actually the longest siege faced by British armed forces. But one of the keys to their success was this cannon here, which is something the French and Spanish didn't have, the collier de pressing carriage. It was invented in 1782 by Lieutenant George Frederick Collier of the Royal Artillery, and it was devised to enable a cannon to be fired at a steeply downward facing angle, which before this you couldn't do, because if you put a cannonball in it would have just rolled straight out again. And it was necessary because of the particular circumstances faced by the army in Gibraltar, and this also allowed them to counterfire on the French and Spanish and help with their defence of Gibraltar. Now, after several battles on land and sea, in 1783 a preliminary peace agreement brought a halt to hostilities, and then finally in February 1783 the siege was lifted. Now this coin's got a lot of history behind it, and it's one I like. But as we come to the end of another all change review, what do you think of this coin, and do you have it in your collection yourself? Let us know in the comment section below, and let us know if there's a different coin that you'd like us to review. But until next time, coin collectors, thanks for watching and keep collecting. Bye.